it's been a new experience for me to work with children who can play stringed instruments like the viola, the violin, and the cello, because I've not really worked with stringed instruments before. So that's been a new experience for me, how to use those instruments in the context of worship. So that's been a new musical challenge for me. It's also been a time to sort of realise that young people, um, who are at school, they're from Christian families, but they need to develop their own faith and their own worship for God. So that's been a new experience for me to try and nurture them in their own understanding of who God is and how they worship God, and not rely on their parents' faith, but to develop their own faith.
I did request that the placement would be at my home church, and one of the reasons for that was that myself and my 12-year-old son, we go to that church, and he's got some friends there, so I didn't really want to take him away from that church by going to another placement church. And then LST were supportive of that and allowed me to do that, and then they have an ongoing discussion with my pastor and with myself, to see how things are going, and so they've just been supportive of doing that, which is really something that the church needed to happen. We've been training musicians from scratch who haven't necessarily played in a service before. So probably the most encouraging part was at the end of December. We were able to have a whole ensemble presentation of one of the songs they've been learning. So that was with new guitar players, new keyboard player. It was the whole, really everyone together playing a worship song together, which was really very encouraging. And that's almost like the pinnacle, if you like, of the church placement. I think for me it's been a greater realisation that worship is really more than just skillfully playing music. It's really our heart attitude towards God. Are we worshipping God rather than just playing the music, and just having that ongoing development of my faith and trying to nurture the faith of the musicians that I'm working with. So it's probably been that's been the strongest thing, really, getting the balance between developing skills but also nurturing our faith in God and our heart of worship for God. So I think really ask God where he wants you to be, let him guide you, and know that all the time, if you're doing God's will, it's going to work out, even if it might seem challenging at the time. There might be challenges within your church placement, as you would expect. So God will help you if that's where he wants you, and also know that LST are going to support you in your placement as well. When I first heard this question, I thought straight away of Barnabas, because he's known for his encouragement, and I'd like to think that God's given me a gift of encouragement. So in the church placement, I've been trying to encourage people in their heart for worship and in their musical skills. So I'd like to think that I can relate to Barnabas in the New Testament.